Okay. Okay. All right, good morning. Welcome everyone to the Okaloosa County School Board workshop this morning, January 12th. It's our first workshop of the new year, 2026. I hope yours is starting off well. I will call this meeting to order. All right, board members. Of course, tonight we will be approving the agenda, and we do have a change to the agenda. We've added 7.27, First Amendment to Grant Award Agreement between Triumph Gulf Coast, Inc. and the School Board of Okaloosa County, Florida for the Health Academy of Northwest Florida, project number 271. Also remind you that we will be having a public hearing at 5:15. Also, our meeting time is at 5 o'clock this evening, a change from previous times. Okay. Moving on down to number 3, and of course, stop me or let me know if you have any questions or comments, board members. We'll be recognizing Dr. Lee Hale, Assistant Superintendent of HR, who will be retiring. So, or actually has retired, but we're going to recognize him tonight. All right, moving down to number 4, Administrative Personnel Appointments. 4.1, Appointment of Assistant Principal 2 on the 10-month for Northwood Elementary School. It's recommended by the superintendent. Okay, number 5, public comment, which will be the agenda items only, blue card. 5.1, members of the public desiring to address the school board regarding agenda items only will fill out Form MIS 5241 and submit those. All right, moving to 6, we'll have committee and staff reports. 6.1, State of Florida State Board of Administration, Local Government Surplus Funds Trust Fund, Florida Prime, an external investment pool for the fiscal years ending June 30th, 2025 and June 30th, 2024, Financial Audit Report number 2026-050, November 2025. 6.2, in-county travel paid for November 2025, presented by Ms. Perry. 6.3, out-of-county travel paid for November 2025, presented by Ms. Perry, Chief Financial Officer. Okay, moving on to the consent agenda. Of course, 7.1 will be the approval. 7.2, approval of the minutes of the student disciplinary hearing of December 8th, 2025, minutes of the workshop meeting of December 8th, 2025, minutes of the regular meeting of December 8th, 2025, recommended by the superintendent for approval. 7.3, appropriation of District 2 School Board member capital outlay funds to Edwins Elementary School for signage in the amount of $2,713.98, presented by Mr. Destin. 7.4, appropriation of District 4 School Board member capital outlay funds to Elliott Point Elementary for a walk gate in the amount of $1,400, presented by Mr. Bryant. 7.5, appropriation of District 5 School Board member capital outlay funds to Ruckle Middle School for landscaping in the amount of $7,940, presented by Mr. Heinley. 7.6, appropriation of District 5 School Board member capital outlay funds to Edge Elementary School for a clear touch panel in the amount of $6,568.92, presented by Mr. Heinley. 7.7, appropriation of District 5 School Board member capital outlay funds to Plough Elementary School for clear touch panels in the amount of $14,823.02, presented by Mr. Heinley.
Madam Chair,
Yes.
just on those last 3, I'd just like to inform my other board members here that I'm almost out of money, so I'll be coming for you.
Fair enough.
Well, as a businessman, Mr. Heinley, I'd like to point out that I would have thought better of you, but thank you.
Okay, I will have a new motion for the split of board capital aid funds by next meeting.
Yeah. Yeah, try to get that. Okay, thank you, sir. All right. 7.8, A request to advertise a public hearing for consideration and approval of Resolution 26-01, adopting a school closure plan for Longwood Elementary School. Resolution 2602, adopting a school closure plan for Mary Esther Elementary School at the end of the 25-26 school year, and to provide for the surplus and disposal of real property, presented by Mr. John Spolsky, Assistant Superintendent, MIS Community Relations. Okay, moving on to 7.9. Request to advertise a public hearing for consideration and approval of Resolution 26-03 and proposed rezoning of student attendance areas for those students currently zoned to attend Mary Esther Elementary School and Longwood Elementary School, and to establish a new student attendance zone for students who will be attending Edmonds Elementary School, Elliott Point Elementary School, Florosa Elementary School, Kenwood Elementary School, Shalimar Elementary School, and Wright Elementary School, to be effective the beginning of the 26-27 school year, presented by Mr. Spolsky.
And Madam Chair,
Yes, sir.
if you don't mind, as you know, this is a topic that we've been discussing over the course of this semester. More specifically, a comprehensive report to this board in December. We will have a comprehensive report tonight as well, where we'll go through some data and some slides. So we'll have that tonight at the board, just so this school board knows specifically. We'll discuss this in detail tonight.
All right, thank you. Okay, moving to 7.10, budget amendment number.
Madam Chair,
Excuse me.
may I make a request? I know we have some fellow public officials that are here in attendance from the city of Mary Esther. I don't know if they had some comments that they wanted to make towards the board, but if there was an opportunity, out of respect, I do know that coming to this meeting is important enough for them to be here, but if there's an opportunity for them to simply say something, can we give them that opportunity?
I'm fine with that. Okay, so if anyone would like to speak to the closing of the schools, I believe, or anything about that, if you want to step forward to the microphone, please state your name and your title. Good morning.
Good morning, Susan Coxwell, council member.
Push the button, yes, please.
There we go. Okay, Susan Coxwell, council member for Mary Esther. Good morning. Thank you for having this workshop. I had talked to Parker in length the other day, and then our city manager, I talked to several of you. It's an emotional. Okaloosa County is a small county. All our schools are very connected. But our situation in Mary Esther is our identity. And we will not have a school in our city. And when we had our comprehensive plan a couple of years ago redone, we had cornerstones. We had school, churches, library, and parks. Those are the things that people look forward to. I know it's down, and I know the reasons why, the data you're going to say tonight. I know that the military base wants traffic flow better. I don't think Mary Esther is a big cause of that. But I do, it's just emotional. It's hard as a resident and as a city official getting the questions and looking at faces of parents that went to school with your children at that school and the teachers that are at that school. And I know Longwood's dealing with the same thing. You know, they had to open their doors this past week to the children, knowing this is on their hearts and on their minds. But I just think ours comes down to the identity of our city. If you take our school away, you're going to take a part of our identity. And I appreciate you listening. Thanks.
Thank you, Ms. Coxwell. Any comments?
The only thing I'll say right now, and because again, we'll share information, but I'll just say I'll speak for myself, and I think I could speak for the board, but I'm not going to speak for the board. This is emotional, and none of us want to be in a position where you're making this type of a recommendation. And we're going to present additional information tonight. When I say additional, not beyond what we've already shared, but just so we're all on the same page and just being outward with what we're going to share. But I do want to just recognize what you just said. You never want to be in a position where you have to make this type of a recommendation, and I assure you we would I would not be bringing this recommendation forward if it wasn't for very good reason, but I just want to acknowledge what you said and just appreciate you being here, and I know you'll be here tonight as well.
Yes, and I'm going to say, I understand too, as a former teacher, I get it, that it's not brick and mortar, we're just closing. It is community, all our schools are community. And I know you've had students there several generations, and it's a very difficult situation that we're in, and appreciate your comments. So. Is there anyone else who would like to speak to that, who's here this morning? Please come forward. Okay.
Thank you, Madam Chair, I appreciate that.
Yes, glad to do that. So we're going to move on to 7.10. Okay. Budget amendment number 3, fiscal year 25-26, presented by Ms. Perry, Chief Financial Officer. 7.11, monthly financial statement, November 2025, presented by Ms. Perry. 7.12, invoices to be approved for payment, presented by Ms. Perry. 7.13, school donations, presented by Ms. Perry.
Madam Chair,
Yes, sir.
just want to notify the public that a month to date, $60,663.48, with the big one coming from Air Engineers LLC at $38,768.85 for the HVAC department at the OTC. So some nice big hits. Year to date, $360,367.
Yes, and we appreciate all our donations from everyone. That's great. Thank you, sir. All right, 7.14, payroll warrant register and accounts payable warrant register totaling $41,126,988.38. Self-help insurance claims and fees totaling $3,008,446.57, and bank transfers totaling $8 million for November 2025, presented by Ms. Perry. 7.15, renewal of ITB 21-02, custodial chemicals and supplies, presented by Mr. Wyndham. 7.16, tag-on bid purchase over $50,000, Snap-on Industrial, presented by Mr. Wyndham. 7.17, tag-on bid purchase over $50,000, Howard Technologies, presented by Mr. Wyndham. 7.18, school performance plans, SPPs, school improvement plans, SIPs, for 25-26 school year, presented by Ms. Sheila Lightbourne, Assistant Superintendent for Academics and Student Services. 7.19, 2025 SAC membership for the Okaloosa County Schools, presented by Ms. Holly Tu, Director 1, Curriculum and Instruction. 7.20, amendment to the underground distribution facilities installation agreement between the School Board of Okaloosa County, Florida, and Florida Power and Light at Destin Elementary School, presented by Dr. Bill Smith. 7.21, tag-on bid purchase over $50,000, Musco Sports Lighting, presented by Dr. Bill Smith. 7.22, Telco Task Order Number 002, Baker School, Vercata, Security Cameras Upgrade, presented by Dustin Keith. 7.23, Telco Task Order 003, Davidson Middle School, Vercata Security Cameras Upgrade, presented by Mr. Keith. 7.24, application to the State of Florida for District Threat Management Coordinator, DTMC, grant, TAPS number 26A406, presented by Mr. Danny Dean. 7.25, renewal of memorandum of agreement between the School Board of Okaloosa County, Florida, and Flagler Hospital, Inc. to provide case management of mental health services provided to students by community mental health service providers with parent consent for referral, presented by Ms. Terry Schroeder. 7.26, amendment to agreement with Early Learning Coalition as related to the TAP program, presented by Rebecca Heald, Specialist Student Services. 7.27, First Amendment to Grant Award Agreement between Triumph Gulf Coast, Inc. and the School Board of Okaloosa County, Florida for the Health Academy of Northwest Florida Project Number 271, presented by Ms. Perry. All right, moving along to Section 8, Superintendent's Human Resources Recommendations. 8.1, Employees on Administrative Leave, presented by Ms. Lindsay Maxey. 8.2, Deferred Retirement Option Program, presented by Ms. Lindsay Maxey. 8.3, Request to double fill the Assistant Superintendent Academic and Student Services, presented by Lindsay Maxey. 8.4, Out of Field Report for the 25-26 school year, presented by Ms. Sharon Duran. 8.5, Cleared Certification Requirements and Issuance of Contracts for the 25-26 school year, presented by Ms. Duran. 8.6, Employment Separations, presented by Ms. Maxey. 8.7, Personnel Recommendations, presented by Ms. Maxey. 8.8, Employee Transfers, presented by Ms. Maxey. 8.9, Leave Without Pay, presented by Ms. Maxey. Okay, we have nothing on the discussion agenda at this time. Moving to Section 10, Construction Program Owners Representatives Business, and that is Mr. Heinley, 10.1.
We'll have our meeting today, so I'll have a report tonight. But question, we have another disciplinary at 11,
Yes.
but we won't start before 11. Is that correct? Okay. So we'll have to do that after that disciplinary meeting, Mr. Myers. Okay.
I bet they'll wait on you. Okay, great. Okay. Moving down to 11, Mr. Attorney, your
No
business?
report this morning.
Thank you, sir. Then moving to 12, Mr. Chambers, what do you have for us today, sir?
Thank you. We will be a little lighter than normal, but I will say, I just want to welcome everybody back
Yep.
from the Christmas and holiday break. Hopefully, everybody is energized and ready to go for the second semester. As we know, we have a lot of business to address over the course of the second semester, but what is most important, are students coming back and having a successful time. So just very excited about that. I do want to thank Mrs. Lightbourne and her crew, as well as all of our teachers and administrators across the school district for having a very successful professional learning day. When that day is held, there's months of planning that led up to it. So just very much appreciate that and all the coordinating that it took. And I also appreciate their approach to getting feedback and how we can do things even better. So just very much appreciate your group. I do want to say, it was last week, but we had our Law Enforcement Appreciation Day. And we also had a little special event for Sheriff Aiden as well. But I just want to say what was shared at that event. We are blessed here in the Okaloosa County School District to have school resource officers who show up every day and officers that are serving this community well. And I said, would not in today's environment want to be in a school system where we didn't have that family support, and that family support being our resource officers with us as part of our team. So just very much appreciate Sheriff Aiden, very much appreciate our county commissioners who partner with us in that endeavor, and of course just the work that our officers do every day. And we have one who's back here right now. Just appreciate all that you do and those of the men and women who serve with you. So thank you. Also, this past weekend, we had the 40th annual Martin Luther King Jr. poster and oratorical contest. And I want to use the word cute for a second, because it is cute when you have kindergarten students and second grade students standing up and giving a speech, and all the way through high school. And just the posters also that recognizing one of the themes, which was Mission Possible. So just appreciate the work of the community and the partnership with the school district in having the 40th annual. So just very much appreciate that support. Also, we had, and I'm just going to mention the name, Mr. Hunley, and you can tell me if you might have this also on your talking list, but just the Taylor Haugen Award.
I have it for tonight.
So I'll save that and I might chime in, because you'll have that, but just a prestigious award of a young man who lost his life many years ago, but exemplified just great character and athleticism. And we have a young man who's receiving that award this year. So we'll get a little bit more into that tonight, so I appreciate that. And we do have the Teacher of the Year banquet that's coming up on the 20th, so we're very excited about that. Each of our schools' Teacher of the Year that represents their schools, and we'll come down to the top 3, which we already know, but there'll be the Teacher of the Year, which will be highlighted and recognized on that night, and that's always a fantastic event, so just very much appreciate that. And again, tonight we'll get more specifically into 2 of the items on the agenda. We will have a presentation, and that's all that I have right now.
Okay, thank you, Mr. Superintendent. All right, moving on to 13, board members' announcements. All right, let's start down here with Mr. Heinley.
Okay, I'll keep it fast. You're correct. We will talk more about the Taylor Haugen Award tonight. I wanted to say appreciate to the Madam Chair for taking over Teacher of the Year from me, so because of the schedule conflict. So
The next 2 days, I'll be visiting them. And
that's a good time.
oh, it's exciting. I love it.
So I'll just continue my tradition, the board members. Today's the 12th. So to keep your growth going in your mind, who was the 12th president of the United States? Close, but not quite. Closer, but not quite. Zachary Taylor.
No, Taylor.
And 12 plus 31 is,
43.
who is?
43.
Close, but not quite. Yes, George W. Bush. That's all.
Very good. All right, thank you.
That's a lot of, we have math going on.
I tell you what, that is across the curriculum right there.
Very much appreciate that.
Yeah. All right, Mr. Destin. What you got?
Nothing really this morning, other than glad to be back. Hope everybody's holidays were great. I enjoyed mine. Missed everybody. Ready to get started at the new year, and I've just got some superlatives I'll talk about tonight.
Okay, that's great. All right, so moving in this direction, let's see. Dr. White, you have anything this morning?
Not this morning, but I will this evening.
Great, thank you. Mr. Bryan?
I have a question for the attorney regarding our agenda here. So with us having a presentation tonight with the school proposals, should we move that to discussion?
The presentation is going to occur before we get to the blue card discussion, so that can be made prior to any public comment. Hopefully,
So
to answer
it's fine the
questions,
way
so
it is.
everything is fine, yes.
Okay, I just want to make sure we were. But other than that, Madam Chair, I have nothing today. I will make comments tonight.
Okay, great. I do have something I want to mention from the Public Schools Foundation. They're getting going right away here in 26. The first event will take place on Sunday, February 1st, and the partnership with the school district and the Early Learning Coalition. They're going to have a free family movie that's going to be over at Santa Rosa Regal Cinema. It's on a Saturday at 2 o'clock. So they're getting those young people in there, the kids, and we're going to give information on kindergarten and our early education program. So that's the first thing. Already on the agenda, March 3rd will be our 6th College and Career Fair. That is one of our best events. It'll be at Beachside Community Church, getting those students there to learn about career options and college options and just what their future can hold. And we also partner with Elliott Point Elementary. They do their own career fair over there on April 21st. So we have a lot of that going. And then that's all I have for this morning. I have a couple more tonight, but we'll just move on. Anybody else have anything on that? Any more comments? Okay. All right. So then after 14, we will have public comment on general public comments. 14.1, members of the public desiring to address the school board with general comments on Form 6120, which is the yellow card. Then we have public hearing tonight, 15.1, public hearing in accordance with statutory requirements under S.1001.42, parentheses 4, parentheses F, 2, Florida statutes regarding school start times, presented by Mr. Grant Meyer, Assistant Superintendent. Okay?
Madam Chair?
Excuse me.
Yes.
Oh, go ahead.
Thank you, Mr. Destin. So, of course, the computers aren't updating, but
Yeah.
this public hearing is scheduled for 5:15, is that correct?
Yes, sir.
Thank you.
5:15. Okay? Yes, sir.
Madam Chair, I do know that we have a member of the public that has been before this board on many occasions. Dr. Lynn Keefe is here. I want to invite her if she wants to make a few comments to us in this sort of informal, lighter circumstance. If you do want to speak, this would be the opportunity maybe to have some dialogue on the subject, or if you wanted to save your comments for tonight, I'll leave it be. I saw you in the audience, so I wanted to make sure you were recognized.
Tonight's agenda's rather busy, but, I'll just wait till the discussion tonight then. I guess maybe I'm curious to know, is there a presentation of the letter being sent to the state, or just the announcement that?
Ms. Keefe, for the sake of the record, I might invite you to come to the podium just so this can be captured, because you don't have a mic.
Just, my education.
Okay. Yeah. Good morning. Yes.
Good morning.
Go
Hello,
ahead.
everyone. I'm here again. My profession is to take care of kids like you, looking for the best outcomes. I know that the Florida law is still in place regarding working towards later school start times. However, there is this kind of a side door exit for local control on the ability to not change because of logistical challenges. So I think I was interested in finding out what our school district is presenting for the reason for not changing. There are many parents who have questions. They were thinking this was going to be changed because of the law, and I'm here to learn of that and then see if we can't still work towards making the change for better health in our school district. So I think I probably need to wait until the announcement and how it's presented, and then work through the school year on healthier school environment for all of our children in the county. So that's it. A different topic, if I may, EKGs for student athletes. I maybe need to talk to you about what's happening on that. That's another big issue for rising ninth graders and new students is this EKG mandate. I'm working hard with the Florida High School, which is the athletic association on that. Again, here to assist and help when that comes up, which should be probably sooner than later, right? Because of, okay, that's you? All right, I'll talk to you. Okay, thank you very, very much.
Thank you, Dr. Keefe.
Thank you. Yep. Okay. And so Superintendent, on this particular public hearing tonight on school start times, I know there's been a little confusion, especially in social media. So could you briefly state what is the recommendation you as superintendent and the district is bringing to the board about start times, whether they're changing or not, sir?
So I'm going to make a few comments. I'm going to ask Mr. Meyer to come forward as well. As this board knows, Mr. Meyer came before the board to share a presentation as it pertains to the school start times, as it pertains to our statutory requirements. So we do not have a recommendation that's going to come before this board for a change in start times. I think some of the confusion on social media also deals with where we're doing the zoning in the north end. And then if this board were to approve the south end closure / rezoning, separate from the statute, the north end rezone, the south end rezone could lead to some change in start time. So that's a whole separate piece from the statutory requirement. What's before you is the statutory requirement to go through this process, which is what we're doing. And Mr. Meyer, previous to today, has shared a brief presentation as it pertains to that.
Yes, sir, and thank you, Mr.
I know I said a
Superintendent. He's covered it all. And Madam Chair, morning. We did give an overview of the requirements at the last board workshop, so Dr. Keefe, if you want to go back and look at that, that was laid out. And there is a legislative compliance piece that we discussed each of those sections that we have till July 1st to comply. So there is no formal recommendation to change start times later to the 8:30 and the 8 o'clock. Mr. Chambers is correct because of the rezoning in the north and a potential recommendation in the south. There could be some adjustments of school times for a few schools, especially the elementary, but there was no recommendation to the board to go to the 8 and 8:30 start times. So, yes, sir.
So what you're saying, Madam Chair, so what you're saying, Mr. Myers, is there's no state requirement to change the start times?
The statutory requirement is there, but there is if school districts are not going to make the change, we have to fill out the compliance report on why we are going to keep our current start times.
And this public hearing is a requirement.
Yes, sir. It's part of the compliance report.
Which, it came up, it's a little confusing.
It is.
To put out that we're going to take a hearing on something we're not going to do.
That's right.
And that's what it amounts to, but that's what we have to do as a board and as a district. So I think that was part of the confusion, because people were more like, what are they changing to? Well, they're not, but we do offer this public hearing for anyone who would like to make comments or suggestions or their opinion.
That's right.
On it,
And
so
I
that's what
would
it is.
say that not at this time are we going to make that recommendation.
Right.
So if we hear enough information from the public and Dr. Keefe, and we're knowledgeable on a decision, we could come back and make a recommendation. But at this time, we are not making a recommendation to go to those later start times.
And I think the key that I want the public to know is it's our decision. So let us as the county decide, and that's what I like about this, not if we're going to do it or not doing it. It's something for debate locally, bottoms-up government. That's the way it should be.
Yes, sir.
That's right, yeah. And this way, we can have control over it, because,
Exactly.
but these are the things we have to check off the list to be able to do that.
That's right.
Okay, so that's good. All right. Okay, anything else on that? All right, so we've talked about the public hearing, so let's move down. I think that's everything. Anybody have anything else this morning they want to talk about? Mr. Strong? Ms. Appleberg? Anybody else? Staff? Anything this morning? Anybody else? Okay, everybody, then this workshop is adjourned.